Following is a Google Translate of the message of the Holy Father Leo XIV to the participants in the Social Week in Peru, which took place in Lima from August 14 to 16, 2025, and this was issued from the Vatican on August 4th, 2025 by Leo PP 14 is how it's signed. I cordially greet the participants of the Social Week, taking place in Lima from August 14 to 16th. I appreciate the invitation from my brother bishops to share some reflections with all of you. It's evident to anyone who reviews the history of Peru that those lands have been accompanied by a particular design of providence with a capital P, especially with regard to our Catholic faith, which has always been professed in harmony with care and service to the most needy. Only in this way can one understand the, quote, density of holiness, end quote, that this nation, so close to my ministry and my prayer, possesses. The testimonies of mystical life in St. Rose of Lima, of ardent charity in St. Martin de Porres, and of life for the poor in St. John Macias, speak of a vigorous and fruitful presence of the gospel, which never neglected prayer in serving one's neighbor, nor did it forget the little ones while magnifying and embellishing the worship due to the eternal God. In this regard, the words of St. Paul VI at the canonization of Juan Macias are illuminating. He, quote, united everyone in charity, working for a full humanism. And all this because he loved people, because in them he saw the image of God. How we would long to remind all those who work among the poor and marginalized of this. We must not stray from the gospel, with a capital G, nor break the law of charity to seek greater justice through violent means. There is sufficient potential in the gospel to bring forth renewing forces that, transforming people from within, move them to change structures in all necessary ways to make them more just, more human. End quote. That's from Paul VI homily on September 28, 1975. Along with these three great testimonies of Christian life left to us by the 16th and 17th centuries, and others that could still be mentioned, how can we fail to recall the episcopal ministry of Saint Toribio de Mogrovejo, Spanish by birth, but is evidently Peruvian due to his missionary activity and extensive pastoral work? During the course of his episcopate, he founded 100 parishes, convened a Pan-American council, 2 provincial councils, and 12 diocesan synods, all while daily giving the best of his strength to the abandoned and to those who inhabited those geographical or cultural regions that my predecessor Pope Francis called the peripheries. We can say that Toribio was, in the 16th century, the episcopal symbol of authentic synodality and of the gospel offered to the peripheries. The Peruvian land saw him not only in the heat of an apostolic action that still amazes us today, but also in the stillness of his serene face and his collected and devout appearance, which clearly showed where that strength came from intense prayer and union with God. Now let us now contemplate our time, marked by multiple economic, political, and cultural challenges. The pain of the injustice and exclusion suffered by so many of our brothers and sisters urges all the baptized to respond as a church in accordance with the signs of the times from the depths of the gospel. To this end, we urgently need the witness of today's saints, that is, a people who remain united to the Lord like branches to the vine. There he's referencing John 15:5. For the saints are not ornaments of a Baroque past. They emerge from God's call to build a better future. Let us understand at the same time that all the Church's social action must have as its center and goal the proclamation of the gospel of Christ, so that, without neglecting the immediate, we always maintain an awareness of the proper and ultimate direction of our service. For if we do not give Christ in his entirety, we will always be giving extremely little. Dear brothers and sisters, there are not two loves, but one and the same, which moves us to give both material bread and the capital bread of the word, which in turn, by its very dynamism, will awaken a hunger for the bread of heaven, the one that only the Church can give, by Christ's command and will, in which no human institution, however well-intentioned, can replace. And for our part, let us not forget the words of the apostle to the Gentiles, quote, let us not grow weary in doing what is good, for the harvest will come at its season if we do not give up, end quote. That's Galatians 6:9. With the hope that these days will be fruitful and contribute to giving new impetus to social ministry in the beloved Peruvian Church, I cordially impart to all of you the implored apostolic blessing and sign Pope Leo PP 14, and again from the Vatican, August 4th, 2025.